The American V22 Osprey was the first mass-produced tilt-rotor aircraft to be put into actual use, ushering in a new era. As a result, any similar aircraft that later appeared were often referred to as knockoff Ospreys. This is not the Chinese version, the just-released Lianying UR6000, hereinafter referred to as Lianying, tilt-rotor drone. At first glance it also looks like the Osprey, but in fact, apart from the flight principle and lift structure being somewhat similar, it has nothing to do with the Osprey. As a 6-ton class unmanned aerial vehicle, it can be basically confirmed that the London Shadow will achieve good results in both military and civilian applications, especially if it can be equipped on the 075 and 076, it will be a helpful partner. The war zone in the United States also noticed this groundbreaking unmanned aerial vehicle in China at the first time, believing that the Lanthanum Shadow has a huge body size, very practical transportation capacity, and is fast and long range, and pointed out that although it is currently positioned as a civilian drone, it has obvious military potential. In addition, the concept model of the Warzone representing the Lanthanite Shadow appeared at the Singapore Airshow in February this year, when Jane's Defense Weekly analyzed its related performance, stating that it is a fully autonomous civilian platform with a maximum takeoff weight of 6.1 tons, a maximum payload of 2 tons, a maximum service ceiling of 7,600 meters, a cruise speed of 550 km per hour, and a maximum range of 1,500 km. However, Jane's data does not seem to be that accurate. After the Lanthanum Shadow made its debut, the domestic media revealed that the maximum range parameter is 4,000 kilometers, and the theoretical combat radius can reach up to 2,000 kilometers. Although it is normal for there to be discrepancies in information from different channels, the difference between these two figures is too large. Looking at the concept diagram released by Jane's, the engine of the Lantian was of the same structure as the V22 Osprey, where the entire engine compartment would have to rotate. However, the latest information on the Lantian shows that only the 3-blade propeller in the engine nacelle at the wingtip is rotatable, while the engine compartment itself appears to be fixed. Compared to the V22 Osprey, this configuration undoubtedly reduces system complexity and improves reliability and maintainability, so the difference in the engine may be the reason for the significant discrepancy in the range data. Noteworthy is not just technological innovation, but what Lanthanite Shadow can do. The tilt-rotor aircraft combines the advantages of helicopters and fixed-wing aircraft. While possessing a relatively large carrying capacity and high cruising speed, it also has the functions of vertical takeoff and landing and hovering like a helicopter, with high operational flexibility. Therefore, the Lanthanite Impact can fully undertake various tasks such as logistics, transportation and emergency rescue with an effective payload of 2 tons, and its passenger capacity of at least 10 people is also quite outstanding. What is more surprising is that it can also choose the unmanned autonomous mode with human passengers, which clearly indicates that the level of artificial intelligence has reached a new height. The disadvantages of tilt-rotor aircraft are also equally obvious, which is that the complexity is too high, especially the flight control system, which needs to synchronize the rotational speed and angle of the two rotors, and also need to pay attention to the wind direction. The operations performed by the pilot during the takeoff and landing stages are cumbersome and complex, and even a slight mistake can lead to an accident. If the Leica is indeed equipped with a highly intelligent operating system and a safer new engine, the accident rate should be able to decrease exponentially, thus avoiding the too disastrous accident rate and casualty record of the American V22 Osprey. Determined that Lanthanite Shadow has improved safety and operability, the combat zone also mentioned the military potential of the technology without exception, and compared Lanthanite Shadow to the V280 tilt-rotor aircraft of the US Bell Company and the AW609 of Italy's Leonardo Company. These two tilt-rotor aircraft are both manned aircraft, and strictly speaking, they are not very comparable. The former is a new generation of utility helicopter program that the US Army is actively promoting, aiming to replace the UH-60 Black Hawk. It made its first flight in December 2017 and exhibited features such as high speed, high maneuverability, and long range that the US military is quite satisfied with. It is currently in the engineering and manufacturing development stage and is expected to enter service around 2030. The AW609 was originally the BA609 project that Bell and Boeing collaborated on, but later Boeing withdrew and the predecessor of Leonardo, AgustaWestland, became Bell's new partner. This is a model that focuses on business and civilian characteristics, but converting it for military use is not too difficult either.
The closest equivalent to the Longhang would actually be Bell's V247 Vigilant tiltrotor drone, designed as a multi-mission platform for the U.S. Marine Corps.
Its design specifications are quite impressive, with a top speed of 550 km per hour, a range of 6,400 km, and an endurance of up to 24 hours, as well as the capability to take off and land on military ship flight decks. While still in development, its potential is very promising, and it is not impossible that it could potentially replace the long-serving MQ-9 and other integrated reconnaissance and strike drones. Reference V247. Combined with the actual situation of the PLA today, it can be said that the prospects of Lantian are also quite broad, especially when the Type 076 amphibious assault ship is about to be launched. This type of large through-deck warship that may disrupt the mode of Farsi air operations may not only be equipped with Attack 11 level fixed-wing drones, but also Lantian and other new generation unmanned aerial vehicles, which will be important equipment to change future warfare modes.